In decades past, for all the weaklings out there that don't know the new generation, this is not a power port for your iPad or for your cell phone. This is actually a cigarette lighter. Now, when you push it in, it comes out glowing red. And if you have a torturous older brother like I do, and you saw E.T. in the theater, and then you're on your way home in the back of the van, and your older brother pushes that cigarette lighter in, pulls it out, it says, Jason, E.T. phone home. 6-year-old Jason phones home. Oh, no. Yeah, I may still have a scar on my finger from that. Oh, no. So yeah, it was very nice. Oh, it's horrible. Horrible. Today is another exciting day of Steve working on the wiring. We've got our race car that we sponsor stopping by so we can get a look at that. And where's Antonio? Did he quit? Did he get kidnapped? Did the mafia get a hold of him? We don't know, but we're looking for answers. Either way, I'm going to start the cleanup on the truck today, at least formulate a plan to get going on getting that presentation ready for the auction, find some of the parts we're missing on the trim, see what we can do and go from there. In a circle, or are you doing the figure eights?
Circle.
Circle. What motor are you running in it?
347 stroker from Ford.
Now, on these, is it more important to have like the horsepower or the torque, or what's?
Well, they're both valuable. The torque you get coming out of the corners, which is nice to get ahead of the guys.
Yeah.
And then horsepower down the straight, which is always good. People can run an open motor, which is like this motor here is a sealed crate motor directly from Ford. So they seal the intake manifold, the timing cover, oil pan, and you're allowed to change valve springs, but not rocker arms. You can have a certain ratio.
Try and keep it fair, everybody running the same specs.
But if you run a sealed motor, but the open motor, you're allowed 10-to-1 compression. And they don't really check that unless you're really walking away with it all the time.
How many years have you been racing?
Well, back in, started in '86, and I raced to '91, and then we took about a 25-30 year break. Foolishly, I got talked into racing again, but that's fun. I've been doing it 6 years again.
Looks like somebody kissed your number 3 there.
Yeah, a couple times. They're not real gentle out there.
How are you liking this car compared to the Mach 1?
Well, this is about a second faster than the car I had the past 5 years. This is my first year with this car. The chassis is a 2001 Mustang. GT, but everything else is really not 2001. It's
Yeah, of course. Now,
fabricated, most of it.
now, is it an actual 2001 chassis, or is it just based off that?
The front stub and the rear stub is the 2001.
Shit.
And the center section also, but extensive modifications.
I would say so. Is the body aluminum?
The front fenders are fiberglass, doors are aluminum, the rear quarter panels are steel. The roof is 2001. The sail panels there are modified then.
Man, how long did it take you to build this one?
Two friends of mine, Dave Lund and Doug Poirier, they built it for the most part. A little help in between.
Yeah.
Like, incredible job. I mean, you need a car built. Ox Performance is the way to go.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It sure is.
It's impressive. Well, thanks for letting us sponsor you.
Oh, I appreciate every nickel. It all helps considerably. I mean,
we'll just put this with the rest of my my irresponsible purchases.
Yeah, I know about those.
Only thing worse than owning a race car is sponsoring one, I think. But you know what? It's worth it. I'm glad to see you out there winning, and I hope you get out there a lot more and win more.
Well, we got 2 more races left this year. Hope to see you out there.
You will.
They usually run about between 10 and 13 races per season.
Yeah.
Starts in April, goes to September.
How have you been placing this year?
A lot better than I have been. My best finish was 2nd place in the Summer Showdown. Well, I missed the first few races because we were still building it.
Yeah.
I placed, from 2nd to 10th somehow, which everybody's fast and hungry out there.
I bet. I imagine they are. Everybody's out there to win it. Hey, you're not doing this for a joyride, you're doing it to win it.
Exactly. Trophies.
Trophies. Trophies, trophies, trophies.
I was pretty good back in the 80s and 90s when I first started this season, or this session again. I thought I'd go out there and, be real competitive, but the chassis I was racing was 69 Mach 1. It's kind of a dinosaur these days. So.
Yeah. Well, if you're racing against stuff like this, it's kind of hard to keep up in that.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't. So this is what I had to do to be competitive, and it's certainly a lot more fun running with the guys,
I imagine it
instead of picking up the rear. That's not enjoyable.
No, that's not enjoyable at all. Not enjoyable to have my name on it sitting on the rear.
No.
Well, I'm glad. I know I picked a winner, and I'm glad to see you out there, and I'll definitely get out to see some more races.
Well, it takes a while to get used to running fast again.
Yeah.
So I wish I could place better all the time, but it's a learning curve. You run with the fast guys, and you got to learn their tendencies and all that. So it's not just a go out there and grind the hell.
Yeah. You got to be safe about it. Know what they're going to do next.
Yeah, and most of the guys are pretty decent to race with. It's Evergreen Speedway in Monroe. That's the home track, and once I get more competitive and learn to drive it a bit more, I'll hopefully go to some other tracks.
Hopefully we can help you get there.
Well, I appreciate it. Good, sir.
Looks like somebody had repainted the light at one point, and they've got some overspray inside the door jambs here, and it's been here for probably a couple of decades. I'll try lacquer thinner, because he used lacquer paint back then, to see if I can get it off. But likely I'll try something harsher. Oh, it's starting to come off. Man, this is an Antonio job. Where's he at? Cigarette lighter.
Or the cigar lighter.
They call those power ports these days, don't they?
Yeah.
Lower trim on the body. Should we replace this? It's beat up in a couple spots. I mean, if we do this is going to be nice and shiny and new. This is not. I think, well, we're not trying to make it look like a restored truck. We're trying to make it look like what it is, which is a modified Survivor.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think I'll clean these up. Some aluminum polish will probably clean that up, and then But
Yeah.
I'll have to order new for the bottoms because like that piece is beat up.
Yeah, that one right there.
And I think we're missing a couple on the other side of the truck. We need like 6 more months. I set us up for a pretty close deadline to put this truck together. I mean, worst case scenario, I'd stop the shop for a day and put all of you guys on it. I don't want to do that, but I have to. 5 years ago, I sold a Mustang to our race car driver, Blaine, the guy who owns the race car that we sponsor. I sold him a Mustang, went down, checked out his house. He's got a bunch of really cool cars, and he showed me his race car and mentioned he was looking for sponsors. And you know, really I didn't have it in the budget at the time to sponsor him, but it was okay because it wasn't much. It was like $300 for the season, and that was the first season that he had his old Mustang. And that was because he wasn't winning. That big behemoth car was tailing the pack. But it's cool, you know, having your name out there, more people seeing it. I sponsored him for a couple more years. Nice guy, you know, got close to winning a couple of times, but with that car he had, just couldn't quite get it. This year during the off season, he called me up, showed me the new car that they were building, which he brought by today. Really excited about it. And so this year we did our largest sponsorship yet with him. We did a double sponsorship between the repair shop and BZ Bill's YouTube channel with a QR code on his car. And, you know, and I don't get any business out of it, but the track's not far from here, and it's name recognition, and it helps to show you're part of the community and we support our community. And hell, I'd like to get the car myself and drive, but I don't have the nerves to do that, so it's fun watching him and being a part of that. And I just like being a part of the community, so it's great to be able to be at a point in our lives where we can sponsor someone like that with both the channel and the shop. Make fun memories for everybody.